Cleveland Browns still have time to get in the mix for Kyler Murray? Could the Cleveland Browns still pursue free agent quarterback Kyler Murray already? Barry has landed starting right tackle Titus Howard from the Houston Texans for a fifth-round pick. He also added former Pro Bowl guard and center Elgton Jenkins and free agent guard Zion Johnson. All of this offensive line work was much needed. However, the Browns still have a massive uncertainty at quarterback. Free agent quarterback Kyler Murray is meeting with the Minnesota Vikings on Thursday. However, according to John Gambadoro, Murray and his camp are expected to explore several options as a backup in 2026 for teams that could need a starting QB in 2027 over the next 24 hours. The Browns still have time to get in the mix for Murray, who is the #1 overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. Why the Browns could still be a fit for Murray? Cleveland has a need for a starting quarterback in 2026 and 2027. Obviously, so do the Vikings. But Murray wants to make sure he has options in 2027 as well. That could be Barry's selling point to get the dynamic quarterback to Cleveland. At the NFL Combine in Indianapolis, Barry and new Browns head coach Todd Monken refused to give the starting quarterback job to Shedeur Sanders, who showed some promising flashes during his 7 starts during his rookie season. Barry and Monken both kept the door open for Deshaun Watson to compete for the starting job in what will likely be his last season in Cleveland. As the old saying goes, when you have more than one option at quarterback, it means you're still looking for your franchise QB. That's exactly where the Browns find themselves heading into 2026. During his 7 seasons with the Cardinals, Murray has thrown 121 touchdown passes compared to only 60 interceptions. He's added another 32 rushing touchdowns with his legs. In Cleveland, that sort of production would immediately assume the starting quarterback role for the Browns. As long as Murray performed well with Monken, he would have the ability to start in 2027. Also, Murray would allow the Browns to put a pause to their rookie quarterback searches. They wouldn't have to worry about trading back from number 6 overall or number 24 overall for future draft picks. Instead, they would be able to continue investing in their offensive line and wide receiver positions to bring out the best in Murray. Sanders would be able to continue his development behind a veteran quarterback who was a Pro Bowler twice when the Cardinals had a talented roster surrounding him. It's unclear if Murray is interested in the Browns. But Monken helped Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson win his 2nd MVP award during their first season together in Baltimore. The next year, the Ravens had the #1 offense in the NFL. That should be the pitch to Murray for 2026 and 2027 while adding talent on the offensive line and receiver rooms. Barry would be able to land Murray on a massively discounted veteran deal, as the Cardinals will be footing the bill for his $36.8 million salary in 2026. If the Vikings balk at Murray, the Browns could be one of the lone landing spots that would provide the former Heisman quarterback an opportunity to start in the short and long term. Cleveland Browns still have time to get in the mix for Kyler Murray. In the ever-changing landscape of the NFL, opportunities appear when least expected. Rumors, trades, and strategic pivots can reshape the trajectory of a franchise almost overnight. For the Cleveland Browns, a team that has spent decades searching for long-term stability at quarterback, the possibility of entering the conversation for Kyler Murray presents a fascinating what-if scenario. While nothing is guaranteed in the league, the Browns may still have time to position themselves in the mix for one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in football. The quarterback question in Cleveland. Quarterback has long been the defining storyline of the Browns' modern era. From promising prospects to short-term veterans, the franchise has cycled through options in search of consistency. While the team has made significant strides in recent seasons, building a strong roster with a talented defense and playmakers on offense, the search for the perfect offensive centerpiece continues to shape its long-term vision. Enter Kyler Murray, a player whose electrifying skill set could transform any offense. Known for his elite speed, quick decision-making, and ability to create plays both in and out of the pocket, Murray represents the type of quarterback capable of elevating an entire team's identity. For Cleveland, adding a player like Murray wouldn't simply be a roster move. It would be a strategic shift that could redefine the franchise's offensive philosophy. Kyler Murray's unique skill set. Kyler Murray has been one of the most intriguing quarterbacks since entering the league. After being selected first overall by the Arizona Cardinals in the 2019 NFL Draft, Murray quickly demonstrated why he was considered a generational talent. His dual-threat ability forces defenses into uncomfortable situations. Defenders must respect his arm strength and accuracy, while also preparing for his ability to escape the pocket and turn broken plays into explosive gains. Few quarterbacks in the league can match his combination of agility, acceleration, and improvisational creativity. For a team like the Browns, who already possess a strong running game and talented receivers, Murray's mobility could open entirely new dimensions in their offensive scheme. Why Cleveland could be a fit? If the Browns were to seriously pursue Kyler Murray, the potential fit is intriguing on multiple levels. First, Cleveland has built a roster designed to compete immediately. Their defense has developed into one of the league's most formidable units, capable of keeping games close and generating momentum. Pairing that defense with a dynamic quarterback could create a balanced team capable of contending in the highly competitive National Football League. Second, the Browns' offensive system could maximize Murray's strengths. Play-action passes, bootlegs, and designed quarterback runs could become central elements of the playbook. Such schemes thrive when the quarterback is both athletic and capable of extending plays, making Murray a natural fit. Finally, Cleveland's supporting cast could help Murray thrive. With a strong offensive line and a physical rushing attack, defenses would be forced to account for multiple threats simultaneously, something that could create more space for Murray to operate. The timing factor. Of course, the NFL is as much about timing as talent. Trades and major roster decisions depend on contracts, draft capital, and long-term planning. For the Browns, entering the conversation for Kyler Murray would require careful financial maneuvering and a willingness to reshape parts of the roster. But the window hasn't necessarily closed. Front offices across the league constantly evaluate opportunities to upgrade at quarterback. If circumstances around Murray's future were to shift, teams looking for a spark would undoubtedly take notice. Cleveland, with its competitive roster and passionate fan base, could become one of those interested parties. The risk and the reward. Every bold move in the NFL carries risk. Acquiring a high-profile quarterback requires significant investment, whether through draft picks, salary commitments, or both. Teams must weigh the potential payoff against the cost of restructuring their roster. Yet the potential reward is enormous.